Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Nat. I'm a horse witch, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope to be making a lot more videos in the future and releasing them on Tuesdays. Today we are going to be talking about books. My reading list is probably at least 100 books long by now. And my currently to be read list is 16 books, and I'm currently reading 4. So we're going to do this in the order that I am reading them. And then we're going to be going in order of size because that's how they are safely stacked on my desk. So the first book is Psychic Witch by Matt Aron. This is a foundational book. Since it has been published, if you look at book reviews or book recommendations for beginner witches on YouTube or any other platform, this book has quickly risen to the top, and there is a reason for that. It is because it is absolutely fundamental and part of your foundation as a witch or an energy worker or anything like that. This book is truly special. And if you don't know how to sense energy, if you don't know how to access your third eye or your witch's eye, if you don't know how to play with energy, this is the book that is going to help you. So again, that is Psychic Witch by Matt Aron. And Gordy's enjoying himself in the background. The next book is Wayne Brecky's Complete Guide to Runes. This is a great book if you're just learning the runes, as I am. It goes over a brief history of the runes and then teaches you about each rune and how to read them basically in various forms. I do have a couple of rune books that I'd like to read after this. Like tarot, runes are kind of open to interpretation of whoever is reading them, and the basic meanings of the runes don't change, but how people read reversals, if they include the weird rune or not, etc., does. Some books include more of the history into the runes, but this is a great foundational text for the runes. Sorry, I'm having trouble trying to figure out how my camera is going. But again, I would highly recommend this as a starter read if you're looking into the runes. If you have already started with a different book, you can easily pick this one up and work with it as well. Next, I have Small Magics by H. Byron Ballard. Again, I'm going to call this a foundational text. I am almost done with it. As you can see, I was really trying to finish it before I started this video, but that wasn't going to happen. I apologize for Gordy's noise in the background. He just got his hedgehog for Christmas and he loves it a lot. H. Byron Ballard has a very succinct way of putting things. She's very forthright and to the point, and I really appreciate that. A lot of witchcraft books can really get caught up in flowery language and ramble on about certain things, and by the time you get to the end of a sentence, you forgot where it began. This book does not do that. It is very straight and to the point. As you can see, it is a quick read. But again, tons of great information for new witches packed into a very tiny little book. Next is I Am Learning Animal Communication, and I am learning it from Marta Williams herself. She is a fellow Californian and lives not that far from me. I am going to be enrolling in one of her classes. But this is a great book if you already speak to spirits or are aware of spirits and can communicate with them, or you regularly converse with your ancestors or anything like that. I would say this book is going to be a great start to learning animal communication. you might not need to take it further than this book. It is quite comprehensive and very good. Like Ms. Ballard, Marta Williams has a very succinct way of putting things. She is very direct and to the point. It is a very easy book to follow along with, and I really appreciate that. Next, we are going to get into the books that I haven't started reading yet, but are in my to be read pile. So absolutely no order whatsoever as far as topic or author or title. This one I'm very excited about. I Am a Taurus. This is written by Ivo Dominguez Jr. and Thorn Mooney. I love both of these authors. Thorn is on Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky. Ivo is also on Blue Sky, I believe. I haven't discovered any of his other social media yet. But again, I'm very excited for this since I am a Taurus. And also because the authors are so well known. This was an impulse purchase at my local rock store. Because I am learning animal communication and trying to open my third eye, I thought this would be a great read after Matt Aron's book. So again, this is The Answer Within, How to Access Your Spirit Guides for Alignment and Abundance. And it's written by Aaron Newman. I'm gonna read just the little blurb on the back so you can kind of get a hint of what it's about. Find all the answers to all your important real-world questions by connecting with your spirit guides. Aaron Newman teaches you how to safely work with them in a non-appropriative way, regardless of your background or belief system. These guides help you make money doing what you love, relieve physical pain, cultivate kindness, heal ancestral patterns, and more. Aaron presents nearly 30 hands-on prompts that support all aspects of your life and give you the wisdom to move forward despite obstacles. By journeying to your spirit guides, you'll become more compassionate and release blocks along your sacred path. Perfect for any experience level, this easy-to-use book encourages you to align with your deeper purpose and bring the magical back to the practical. If you'd like to see the title pages, or not the title pages, but the table of contents. This seems like quite a substantial little book. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm even more excited to dive into it. Again, that's The Answer Within, How to Access Your Spirit Guides. Next, we have another well-known author in the witch community, Deborah Blake. A Year and a Day of Everyday Witchcraft, 366 Ways to Witchify Your Life. I obviously have not started this yet. I'm hoping to finish Small Magics by the end of the year and start this book in 2025. Let me just flip to a random page here. I really like Deborah Blake. I want to get her tarot deck. I've ordered her oracle deck already. It should be coming any day now. Deborah Blake is wonderful, and I'm very excited to dive into this book. And if you want me to read the back, connect with your witchy self each and every day using quick, easy, and fun practices. This handy book features simple yet meaningful ways to integrate witchcraft into your daily life, inspiring you to take your magic to a new level, whether you're a beginner or an experienced practitioner. Deborah Blake guides you on a journey through the wheel of the year, providing witchy wisdom, affirmations, spells, questions to ponder, and much more. From working with herbs and gemstones to connecting with deities, A Year and a Day of Everyday Witchcraft explores a variety of modern pagan practices to help you get more in touch with your personal path of witchcraft. Next is a book I'm very excited to dive into after messing with the runes for a little bit. It is Melissa Sinova or Sinova's Kitchen Table Tarot. This is a very well-known tarot book. Melissa Sinova is a well-known author, and I am so excited to start learning tarot. I got my first tarot deck for Christmas. Maybe I'll do a flip through on the channel for that. The back is down-to-earth advice on all things tarot. Learn to read with your own voice and get the answers to all of your questions. For years, Melissa Sinova, and I really hope I'm saying that correctly, has been sitting down with friends and neighbors who are curious about the tarot. She's heard all the questions and misconceptions that can confuse the newcomers and sometimes more experienced readers too. Kitchen Table Tarot was written as a guide for anyone looking for no-nonsense lessons with a warm, friendly, and knowledgeable teacher. Join Melissa as she shares straightforward guidance on deck spreads, card meanings, and symbols, filled with real-life examples and personal explanations of what it's like to read the cards. This book tells it like it is and provides the information you need to read with confidence. So very excited after I feel comfortable with the runes, I should say, into diving into the tarot. And I just realized I didn't read the back of the Taurus Magic book, so I'm going to cut back to that. All right, so I'm reading the back of this one. Improve your magical practice and personal development with the power of your Taurus sun sign. Ivo Dominguez Jr. and Thorn Mooney share what strengths and challenges your sign brings to both witchcraft and everyday life, featuring recipes, exercises, stories, rituals, and spells from the authors and a host of Taurus contributors. This book teaches you how to best connect with your sign's energy, manage your power, shield yourself, and tailor fit magical workings to your sign and more. And I believe all of the astrological signs are released. If they're not, there should just be 1 or 2 more to be released in 2025, but don't quote me on that. Next was a thrift store find for me. It is the Divination Handbook by Liz Dean. I believe this was on a book recommendation by Do the Magical Thing. If I remember, I will link her YouTube channel in the description box. Lee is wonderful. I really enjoy their channel. They have a very down-to-earth way of presenting things, and I really enjoy them quite a lot. So this book is a overview of many different divination methods, from runes to tarot to palmistry, pendulum, tea leaves, and crystals, etc. The back states, the Divination Handbook is a modern seer's guide to developing your intuitive abilities and mastering time-honored techniques used for fortune telling and prediction. With this guide, you'll learn how to use tarot, crystals, palmistry, and more to part the veils between the realms. Learn to understand the deeper meaning of ordinary events and reveal what your future may hold. Lavishly illustrated, the Divination Handbook presents over a dozen oracles of the ancients, from palm reading and tea leaves to fortune telling with cards, runes, and crystals. Step-by-step illustrations guide you through the methods, and helpful tables and reference charts show you how to understand and decipher common psychic symbols. With the Divination Handbook, you'll never be at a loss for answers and guidance to your most pressing questions. And this is just a sample page here. After Lee recommended this, I found this in a thrift store and I was very happy and I purchased it. The next book is a book that I am very eager to start, and I know a lot of people have purchased this book. It was recommended by Witch of Wonderlust, I believe. It is Horse Magic by Lauren Leo and Dominic Leo. As a horse witch, I'm obviously very excited to dive into this one. I really wanted to have more of a foundation on my practice before I started it though. So this will probably be moved down the list a little bit, but not too far down, as I am very excited about it. The back states, horses are among the primary creatures associated with shamanism and the many traditions influenced by it. Their significance is documented in a 25,000-year-old cave paintings, such as those of the Lascaux. The spirit of the horse continues to exist in the subconscious minds of humans and takes shape in various forms, whether as a symbol of fertility in the land, as in Celtic mythology, or in the form of a psychopomp, a spirit that escorts the dead to their next world. I really hope I said that correctly. I have never encountered that word before. The horse has made its way into our collective unconscious as a virtually universal archetype. Horse magic contains spells, rituals, chants, and meditations for many purposes, loosely based around equine imagery. Numerous traditions are represented, as well as many deities, including Athena, Epona, and Baba Yaga. No contact with actual horses is required. Instead, its spells are cast with crystals, candles, tarot cards, and other easily accessible items. Use this book's spells and rituals to magically ride to your own chosen destinies. So I'm very excited about this book. I fully plan to integrate things I read in here and probably try and do them with Kyle or with Kyle in mind. Next was an impulse purchase off of Amazon. I haven't heard anything negative about this book though. It does seem just like a very simple spell book from what I've flipped through. This is the spell book for new witches, essential spells to change your life. And it is by Ambrosia Hawthorne. Magic is present within us all. When accessed, it allows us to connect to the natural world, invite in opportunities, and create the change we need in our lives. Whether you're new to spell work or hoping to expand your skills, the spellbook for new witches shows you how to tap into your inner power and make spell casting practical for your everyday. Start your path to practical magic with an introduction to spell work, including helpful instructions on performing spells, prepping your space, and channeling energy to access your power. Easy to follow spells will help you find lasting love, protect your family and friends, advance your career, and live the life you deserve. So here is an example page. You can see so this is very simple. I'll probably, I don't know if this is one that I'll read cover to cover or just reference. We'll see. Next is one that is a little controversial. I've heard mixed things about it. This was recommended on a podcast, but I've later seen reviews on YouTube that say it is not so great. And that is The Modern Guide to Witchcraft, Your Complete Guide to Witches, Covens, and Spells by Sky Alexander. I know one witchtuber in particular that really does not like this book. I'm going to read this one probably after I read a chunk of the others, just so that I have more foundational knowledge to spot inaccuracies or bad information in this book. If you do want to read this book, I say take it with a grain of salt. If you read something in here that doesn't make sense, I would cross-reference it. But I am still going to read this. And the back says, unlock your powers, looking for an enchanting love potion, want to create your own sacred space and promote good energy. The Modern Guide to Witchcraft helps you harness your own inner power so you can shape your destiny. With the help of spellcraft expert, Sky Alexander, you'll tap into your own magic, create incantations, potions, and charms. As she carefully guides you through each step of these witchcraft practices and details ways of personalizing them to your specific situation, you'll gain confidence in your own knowledge and inner force. Once you learn to harness your natural talents as a witch, you'll discover that a whole new world of possibilities exists. It is a beautiful book. It really is. Here is a peek inside. The next book looks really interesting. I got it in a witchy mystery box I had bought off of Etsy, and it is Night School by Maya Toll. Lessons in Moonlight Magic and the Mysteries of Being Human. Welcome to the Night School, Firefly. Here you'll explore the farthest reaches of the universe and the deepest parts of yourself. You'll learn to cast off the constraints of the day and open your eyes, your heart, and your mind to the enchanted mystery of the night. You'll travel the world in search of inspiration, timeless wisdom, and essential magic. And don't worry about getting lost. You'll be under the bewitching guidance of the Night Mistress, your guide through the secrets of the starry sky. I haven't heard anything about this book, good or bad, so take that as you will. It is a beautiful book. It does have some beautiful illustrations in it. Let me find one. There's just a peek. So this one looks very interesting. Next is another thrift store find. This is the Modern Witchcraft Guide for Beginners. This is the 5 books in 1 by Alyssa Vera. This one has 5 books in it, and it is book 1 is Moon Spells. Book 2, Spell Jars for Beginners. Book 3, Pendulum for Beginners. Book 4, White Magic Spells, which tells me this might have a Wiccan bent to it. And book 5, Norse Magic and Runes. There's just a peek. This doesn't have anything on the back because it is 5 books in 1. I don't have anything to say about that book. I haven't heard anything. The next is by a very well-known author, Raven Grimassi. Some witches love him, some witches do not like him. With these foundational authors such as Grimassi and Cunningham, what they are writing about might be outdated, but they're still worth reading, and that's why I'm eager to get into this book. Raven Grimassi, among the pioneering authors of the modern metaphysical renaissance, presents a cohesive and complete system of witchcraft based on traditional sources. Sharing lessons and advice from nearly 50 years of personal study and practice, Grimassi explores witchcraft as a lunar path. He describes the heart of the old rites and offers practical instructions for readers seeking to walk the path of the witch. Completed shortly before his death, What We Knew in the Night presents a clear 5-step process of empowerment accompanied by illustrations. Having accomplished these steps, the reader will then possess what Grimassi calls the quintessence of witchery. This book is going to try me, I just know that. And be firmly grounded in the arcane art of witchcraft. According to Grimassi, beginning in the 1980s, authors began presenting very personal witchcraft practices. In the process, traditional and formally well-established practices fell into obscurity, leading to confusion. What We Knew in the Night uncovers and clarifies those very gems for a new generation assembling and integrating key components of witchcraft, past and present. Gramassi lays out key mystical and practical foundations of witchcraft and restores their important role. The quintessence of witchery. Is that not the most pompous thing you've ever heard in your life? Anyway, I'm gonna read it, and whether or not I enjoy it is something to be determined. But anything by Raven Gramassi is worth reading. Next was an impulse purchase. Thank you, Amazon. My stack of books just collapsed. It is How to Use Intuition to Elevate Your Craft, Intuitive Witchcraft by Astrea Taylor. Astrea Taylor. Follow your heart and spirit to become an intuitive witch. Featuring extensive exercises, examples, and rituals, this amazing book reveals how to embrace the wisdom of your inner voice as you explore the endless possibilities of witchcraft. With Astrea Taylor's guidance, you can unlock your intuitive magical potential and celebrate the truth of who you are. Intuitive Witchcraft also offers insights from some of the best writers, thinkers, and leaders in their fields, helping you become your most empowered self. Discover how to work with energy, interact with deities and spirits, and create a personal practice that fits your belief and lifestyle. Learn to face your shadow side, making the mundane magical, using divination tools, and much more. Whether you're a beginner or advanced practitioner, this book illuminates the path to manifesting your greatest desires in an intuitive way. I do not know who else is in this book or contributed to it, but it sounds like quite a few people did. Oh, okay. So let's see. Matt Aron is the only one I am seeing whose name I recognize, but that does not mean anything. So here's a list of contents. But if Matt Aron assisted with this book and wrote things, then I am very excited about it. And just a random page. Ooh. Again, here is the book. Again, it was a total impulse purchase. And I'm running out of room on my floor. The next is a foundational text. It should be in your collection. Whether or not you read it or if you just use it as reference material, I don't know a single witch that would say that this isn't a great starting place. So Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. Do I really need to read the back of this? It does have beautiful illustrations. This is going to be an amazing book for any witch to have in their library as a reference. The next book I'm also very excited about. It has quickly become a foundational text since its release, and that is The Crooked Path, An Introduction to Traditional Witchcraft by Keldon, forward by Gemma Gary. As an aside, it is impossible to get any of Gemma Gary's books in the United States. So if you know how, please leave me a comment or DM me or something, because I can't find them anywhere. I do keep scouring my local bookstore though. It's a used bookstore, so. The Crooked Path, this has been recommended by so many witch tubers. Learn to walk the path of traditional witchcraft. Part the thorny bramble and take a walk along the bewitching, mysterious crooked path. Within these pages, discover a wealth of hands-on tips and techniques to begin your journey into the realm of traditional witchcraft. Learn to weave a powerful personal practice that is informed by folklore and grounded in your own location and natural landscape. Along the way, you will find valuable information regarding the tools, rituals, and spells of this fascinating tradition, together with lessons on connecting with deities, familiar spirits, ancestors, and the spirits of place. With supportive advice and encouragement, Keldon provides everything you need to successfully navigate your own path, helping you master even advanced practices such as hedge crossing as you transform your day-to-day experience into a life filled with magic and spirit. Anyway, I'm very excited about this book. I'm so excited about it, but I can only read so many books at one time, and I've decided that 4 books at one time is my limit. The next one is by Amy Blackthorne, Sacred Plant Magic, Spells, Rites, and Rituals for Living an Aromatic Life. Blackthorne's botanical magic showed a new generation of witches how scent affects people, whether or not they understand it. In Blackthorne's book of Sacred Plant Magic, we travel even deeper into the magical garden of scent. We know that a walk down a summer street can bring back the smell of childhood summers with friends, riding bikes and swimming. Spring breezes carry them with the clean, soapy smell of your second grade teacher. We experience scents not only in the here and now, but also filtered through the lens of our past. Using the power of scent, we can create the sense of the sacred in our daily lives. Part reference guide, part recipe book, and part ritual journey, Blackthorne's Book of Sacred Plant Magic offers readers an in-depth exploration of the vital connection between scents and magical practice. Topics covered include connecting with spirits of plants, place, and people, expanding your scent vocabulary beyond floral. I'm guilty of this. Scent, memory, and personal history, how history affects scent, and creating scent activations. And let's see the table of contents. I'm very excited for this book. I listened to Amy be interviewed on the Back on the Broomstick podcast with Layla and Shell. It was very good. I'm going to try and link all of the authors' websites in the description. I will also link Back on the Broomstick. It is an excellent podcast if you are new to magic or an experienced practitioner getting back into it, or if you just like good fun. Finally was another thrift store, actually secondhand used book store. It is Holland's Grimoire of Magical Correspondences, a ritual handbook. This has comments by Christopher Penzak, which is good. This book looks like it's been around for a while. It is an A to Z encyclopedia of correspondences. Books like this are always good to have in your library. Again, probably not something I'm going to read cover to cover like Cunningham's, but I might, you never know. But a good resource. And those are all my books. I know I have a few more coming that I ordered because I can't stop ordering books. And now on to something more fun. Woo! So this is the giveaway. This is the giveaway I'm doing on my Instagram. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at NatTheHorseWitch. I am going to follow this up with a flip through. I'm going to open this deck. So if you win, it will not be shrink wrapped, but I'm going to open it because I want to do a flip through of these cards. They look so beautiful. I'm trying to drum up some interest. So you should definitely follow me on Instagram tag a few people and enter the contest. If you've stayed with me throughout the whole video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy this channel, and I hope you enjoy my second video ever. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I'm posting next, although I have said it is going to be Tuesdays, but that might change. I work a full-time job. I also saddle fit on the side, and I'm a content creator now, which is a weird thing to say because I never thought I would do that. There is going to be a blooper reel at the end, just like last time, and please stay tuned for a flip through of the cards. I need to set up my ring light for that. Thank you so much, and have a great day. All right, hi everyone, I'm back. This is the deck. So it comes with this beautiful guidebook. It is black and white on the inside. All right, I had filmed me opening these, but the cards were sticking. They do have a high gloss to them, and my earbud fell out. So here is the box. This is a beautiful oracle deck. It is by Sandra Wallen and Kim McElroy. And I'm just gonna do a quick flip through so you guys can see the art in the cards. This is a really pretty deck. I low-key want to buy it for myself. I like how it has a description right on the card to help with divination. These cards really have a nice equine feel to them. Many are referencing equine history throughout the years. Some is equine folklore, obviously Pegasus. But these are a really beautiful set of cards. Like I said, I am giving these away on my Instagram. I will announce the winner after the new year. The giveaway is still up and open. It is currently only available to US residents at this time. I did a giveaway for tomorrow's podcast, and it cost me $70 US to send a single oracle deck to Western Australia. So I won't be doing that in the near future, but I might. I absolutely might. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but for this one, I'm still getting over the sticker shock of nearly $100 to send an oracle deck to Australia. So US residents, please, please, please enter. I will stick the link in the description. Real words are hard for me today. Your background. I'm really having trouble today. Used bookshop. I don't know why I'm having so many problems just speaking the language I grew up speaking. Weird. Few other texts. Really having trouble today. That was horrible. Nope. Okay. Ooh, bat wings. Look at that. That's sexy.